faces, bright and early for their daily races, going nowhere, going nowhere. Their tears are filling up their glasses, no expression, no expression. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Children waiting for the day they feel good. Happy birthday, happy birthday. And to feel the way that every child should sit and listen, sit and listen. Went to school and I was very nervous. No one knew me, no one knew me. Hello teacher, tell me what's my lesson. Look right through me, look right through me. And I find it kind of funny, I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Enlarging
Real or imaginary?
28 days.
Imaginary.
6 hours. 42 minutes. 12 seconds. Do you believe in time travel?
I'm going to tell you a little story today about a young man whose life was completely destroyed by fear.
Under a blue moon, I saw you. So soon you'll take me
Wake up.
up in your
You want to tell Mom and Dad why you stopped taking your medication?
I've been watching you.
speed, killing time.
Do you believe in time travel?
Fate up against your will. Through the thick and thin, you give yourself to him. You give yourself to him.
Wake up, Donnie.
Might be a couple seconds behind you, actually.
Yeah, we are. It's fine. It's fine. It's the internet. It's the internet. It don't matter. None of this matters.
Everything's made up and the
Everything.
points don't matter.
Ooh. That's that
now the
describes
stream back up. Now we
that
get it
describes the
again.
Oscars quite well. There you go. Now you hear yourself in double. Just like Donnie Darko,
Oh my god.
right?
I can't wait for all of that to make perfect sense to me in about 2.5 hours.
Who's gonna
Sure it
tell
will.
him, chat? Who's gonna tell him?
I can't wait for a completely unambiguous, very straightforward, and not at all mind-bending story. That's Donnie Darko, right?
It's the 80s.
It's the 80s. It's an 80s movie. You ever see Stranger Things? Same thing.
God, I wish the 80s were real.
No, you don't.
It is funny that they
Reagan.
were doing 80s nostalgia in 2001. It's still like a concept I struggle to wrap my head around a little bit.
Wait,
It's
that
'cause-
means
It's because they liked the aesthetic. It's the aesthetic things that they liked, but it's not.
that means this is
Do they
cassette
not like
punk.
80s aesthetic now?
Well, what I mean is, like, even now, it's like it's the obsession with the media that painted what the 80s was like at the time. But even then, in the 80s media, then it was portraying an earlier time than that. I mean, I was just thinking about E.T. earlier today. And people think of that as an 80s movie, but if anything, it was like Spielberg hearkening back to like growing up in the 50s, you know?
Sure.
So it's all a big melting pot. But I think things like Stranger Things popularity indicates that people like the aesthetic and what the media of that era portrayed that era to be. But all
Just
the
the-
baggage that comes with it, less so.
We're nostalgic for a time when social media didn't exist.
That's also true.
That's
Also
what it
very-
is. That's
was
what this
better.
2001 movie's capturing.
Yes, Donnie Darko.
Remember when they launched Twitter in April of 2000? I remember. Don't look
true.
that up. It's true. Trust me.
Just trust ban on this.
I'm
one,
a horse
folks.
on the internet, so you know it's
Trust 'em.
true.
Exactly.
Donnie turns to the camera and he says, YouTube will be invented in, I don't know, like 3 years?
2000.
Or, well, like
Six?
23 from when I'm taking place? I'm getting mixed up with my...
Is it 2001 or is it the 80s or is it both or is it 2026 and that's when
YouTube
we're
is not
watching?
2001.
Ban's asking questions, which means it must be a watch along for Donnie Darko. That's what that means.
Well, when was
You're
the first YouTube video? I thought it was 2006.
Oh, YouTube was 2005. Okay.
2005, yeah.
A day at the
05.
zoo, guys. Day at the zoo.
Shout out. Where's my day at the zoo nostalgia? When does that come around?
Shout out to all the YouTube videos turning 20 years old soon.
Oh God, don't remind me. Don't remind me. The oh God,
Already
angry
are.
old angry video game nerd episodes. The prime years are gonna start turning 20. Lord,
Yeah.
we're old. We're old. How'd we get old? How did this happen, Ban? How did we let this happen?
We watch movies and we grow old.
It's true. We grow old as we watch the movies. Hey, speaking of watching movies and getting old, happy birthday, Ray. Welcome back.
Seamless transition.
That's what I'm here for. No, a little bit belated, of course. I think your birthday, actual birthday, was about 10 days ago, was it?
Yes. I mean,
It
also
was.
10 years ago, yes.
I almost
Many,
said, damn it, I
one
thought
could
y'all
say
wouldn't
every
catch
year,
it.
but-
Fuck. It was, but yes, 10 days ago. But we were in the middle of our end of movie year wrap up weeks, which were great. Thank you everyone that came out for Riff Weekend. It was an absolute blast. But we're back to normal, and what better way to go back to normal Riff Ponies watch along than to watch a very normal film today. But before we get to that, hi, I'm Thoth Penswell, one half Riff Ponies, HarmonyCon social media, host of Riff Ponies Watch Along, joined as always by Blue Horse Banquo. Ban, how are you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm Normal.
Hello, Normal. I'm Thoth.
Hi, how are you?
That's a middle season SpongeBob reference. It's a semi deep cut. Good work there. And also joining, as mentioned, the man of the hour, the man of the evening, the reason for the evening. It's Uranus, and it is Ray's birthday celebration, belated but still just as special. How are you doing tonight, Ray?
I'm doing normal too, but just a year older than I was 11 days ago.
How does it feel? Do you feel a year older in 10 days?
Kinda, yeah.
I feel that.
Time
I feel
marches on.
that's. I feel
How are the
that's so hard.
joints?
Now that I'm working out, they're starting to ache a bit, so hopefully that goes away. Hopefully I can
Oh,
keep
no.
up the pace.
I'm so
Shout
sorry.
out to working out and sore joints.
Yeah.
Right,
So
Yes.
far, it's just the left knee and the left shoulder that sometimes ache. So we'll see how that goes. Cross your fingers, I can just push myself.
Crossing fingers
any-
for you.
without any
Crossing
issue.
Fingers. Yeah. Also worth mentioning, other than birthday, that the segment that opened for us just before we popped live here on live on our mics, that was created by you, Ray. That was part of Ponies the Anthology.
Hello.
Yeah. Your connection with this film goes back a way. Yes, thank you. Your connection with this film goes back a ways. I guess we want to jump right into it. I remember when we first discussed what you would watch. So for people that don't know on the show, whenever it's a member of the team's birthday, we like to celebrate by letting them select the movie for our week. And Ray approached me about it. And when you mentioned what your pick was, I was very excited for many different reasons. But I always let our friends who pick these movies talk about the significance of those movies to them. So, Ray, tell us a little bit about Donnie Darko and your reason for selecting it this evening.
Donnie Darko, for a good few years, was my favorite movie. When I had first seen it, I think I first watched it in my film class in, I want to say, 2018, maybe.
Okay.
Didn't really hit me for most of it until the ending, and I loved the ending. And then on like a second or third watch, it like really clicked for me, and I loved it. I loved it. My favorite movie for a few years, to the point where when Anthology was happening and I was at my most creative and at my most output, I made a trailer parody for that, and that was one of the things I was most proud of. And it must be around that time was the last time I watched it, because I don't remember watching it again during COVID lockdown.
Right.
And after COVID lockdown, I certainly would have logged it if I did, and I haven't. So it's probably been a good 6 or 7 years. No, don't say anything.
You're good.
But
Nevi's
it
not
probably
here.
has been a while. And since then, I've watched a lot. I can confidently say it's not the best movie anymore, but it's definitely a deep favorite. And one reason for coming back is I am genuinely curious how it holds up compared to my perception of it when I was like 19 or 20. Because as much praise that it gets, it's a cult movie. It wasn't popular when it came out, but it's got a lot of good stuff in retrospect. It's very iconic. There's some really good shots. There's some really iconic shots in it. There's a really iconic song in it that you'll recognize if you haven't heard it already. Or I should say an iconic cover. There are lots of
Right.
but I remember it being kind of corny in a lot of ways, in a way that I think people today forgive like David Lynch for. Like he's got a very weird style. Like people don't act like people in David Lynch movies, but people kind of let it go or just say that's part of his style. I feel like Richard Kelly kind of has a similar thing going on here. And I bought it. I was more than happy to watch it that way.
Right.
But I do realize it is very weird. People don't really act like people in it. And B, for as great of a movie as this is, Richard Kelly went on to just make a bunch of shit. Like, just a complete hack kind of stuff for the rest of his career. He made 2 other movies in the 2000s, neither of which look very good. One of them I saw, The Box, in 2009. I remember thinking it looked really scary as a kid, but also really wanted to see it. So now I did. Childhood dream fulfilled. And it's so bland. But you can also kind of tell that he did it though. Again, like with the way people act and the way that it's structured. I'm like, yeah, this is a Richard Kelly movie, but he just doesn't know what he's doing here. And then he produced some bad action movie, and he like wrote 2 like dollar bin Walmart comedies, and then he's done nothing for the last like 16 years. He's just been completely off the grid. So I wonder, like, did he ever have the sauce, or did he just get like absurdly lucky, and this is a lightning in the bottle kind of movie, and then like every other attempt with that same kind of approach just completely flopped when they did it again? I have to wonder.
Interesting. So I guess I'll save my experience with Donnie Darko in a minute, but I will say I have seen only one other of Richard Kelly's films after this, and it wasn't The Box. I haven't seen The Box.
You watched the other one, yeah.
I watched Southland Tales, which, if for people that don't know about Southland Tales, that's a notorious bomb that screened at Cannes, which is like the international. It's basically like the global. That's the most important film festival in the world. Was highly anticipated. A lot of money put into it, like $17 million at the time for what was a really high concept thing. He made it a whole graphic novel prologue and everything. He had it like a 12-chapter saga. Dwayne Johnson was in it, and it was like fresh off of him in wrestling. He was trying to put in a real performance in it. A lot of different people from the
History
2000s.
repeats itself.
And and the film festival, it was apparently one of the most disastrous screenings at the film festival in its history. People said it was a completely incomprehensible mess. They recut it, they released it, people still didn't like it. It made like $700,000 against a $17 million budget because they buried it and just forgot about it. And nowadays people kind of look at it, it's similar to Donnie Darko, as like these high concept maximalist kind of interesting satire of like early 2000s Bush era politics. This isn't, we'll get to Donnie Darko in a minute, but Southland Tales is fascinating. I did watch it. I thought it was a total mess. I did not like it in comparison to Donnie Darko. I was saying to Ray, I would like to rewatch it at some point, because some people really love it. There are people who like strongly fucking love it, and Donnie Darko as well. But I would be curious to check that out. But before we talk about other movies that Richard Kelly has made and talk about Richard Kelly, and before I can talk about my experience with this, Ben, what is your knowledge of Donnie Darko going into this movie?
I got nothing. I don't know what this movie is going to be. I apparently watched the Ponies anthology bit that Ray made, but I had no knowledge of what it was referencing whatsoever. So I'm blind going into this, effectively.
So interesting. Okay. Also, Toffee popped in chat and asked if we're watching theatrical or director. We are watching the theatrical cut, which you can find on Tubi right now. Both cuts of it are on Tubi for free. So if you pop on there, you can gain access to it. As for Donnie Darko, my experience, I'm kind of halfway between both of you, because I have seen this movie, but I also haven't. And to kind of explain that,
Well, you have, but
I have, kind of. So basically what it is that about 7 years ago, pre-COVID, I watched the director's cut of Donnie Darko because I had heard about, similar to you, Ban. I had heard about it for years, and it was like, oh, you need to see Donnie Darko. I'm like, okay, I need to see Donnie Darko. And I watched it. It was the director's cut. And then for years and years, I heard that the director's cut was not good. It was worse than the theatrical cut. They shifted a bunch of things around, which Ray has explained to me. There are straight up like sound design and soundtrack and scene changes. It's basically like a special Star Wars special edition scenario where they kind of just gave him carte blanche to just throw in whatever wasn't already in the movie and then just released it as its own new cut. I imagine because that was the early days of DVD releases, which, speaking of that, Ray mentioned it before, this movie was a complete and total bomb at the box office when it came out. It was produced on a pretty low budget. I think it was like $4 million. This was a very independent movie. It almost went straight to video or like straight to TV. I think like the Stars. Do you remember Stars? The Stars movie channel was going to like distribute it straight to video or straight to like TV. But what apparently happened was that Drew Barrymore jumped on as a producer through her own film production and distribution company, and threw money behind it. And supposedly Christopher Nolan apparently was involved in this getting a theatrical release. I read that only one place, but it said that he was involved in it getting a theatrical release. It did premiere at Sundance and was nominated for a couple first-time filmmaker awards. Was released in October of 2001 and completely tanked for reasons that are plot relevant, and I will not explain why until we get to that point. But there are reasons why, because they purposely stopped marketing the movie at a certain point. But we'll get to that. And since then, as I mentioned with DVD before, this kind of became an early 2000s DVD era curiosity. Like, I would say video stores were probably the thing that made this a word-of-mouth cult classic. Because then everybody would rent it. It would be one of those I mean, I can't speak to it. I was like in my single-digit years at the time when I was growing up in this era. But it was a big prime candidate for friend pulls out a DVD copy of it at the friend hangout, and you show it and you confuse your friends at the sleepover. So it's kind of it's one of the last of the DVD era like cult curiosities, I think. And from that, it built that word of mouth and that fandom, and now many different people cite it as one of their favorite movies, favorite movies of the 2000s. As Ray said, like I noticed a lot of people who are really into movies early on in their love with it discover it and they connect with it. And I remember, again, I saw the wrong cut apparently, but I remember seeing what the hype was about. I liked it, and I don't remember much more besides that. So I'm kind of treating this as a first-time watch in spirit for me as well. So I'm very excited for this. And it sounds like, Ban, this is your first experience with it, period. And yes. Ray, it sounds like a revisit for the first time in a while to see if it still holds up.
Yes.
So I'm pretty excited to see what our reception will be to it. Like you said, there's a lot to talk about with it, and there will be plenty to talk about afterwards, I think. So I think, without much further ado, I would love to roll right into it. But before we can, Ban, what time is it?
Oh, you're going to love this one. Where can we find Donnie Darko? Tell us, Thoth.
You can find it literally everywhere. This is the longest list of streaming things that I've seen for this movie in a long time. So you can find Donnie Darko streaming on Prime Video.
Whoa!
The Criterion Channel.
I'm seeing it now.
Fubo, Hulu, Canopy, Plex, Pluto TV, which is free, Shout Factory streaming, Scream Factory streaming, the Roku Channel, Tubi, which is free, and you could find it on YouTube for free right now. So basically, y'all have no excuse to not join in tonight. I will.
Oh, successful indie movie. It's refreshing to see.
I think what happened is that the movie, is that the company that owned it and distributed it, Newmarket, that we'll see at the beginning, they went out of business, and I think the rights just flew up in the air for anybody to take.
Oh, sure.
It recently got a restoration from Arrow Video, and they do really good work. I actually own the Blu-ray, so that tells me that whatever 2019 felt about Donnie Darko, it left enough an impression that I wanted to own it. So there you go. It continues. The DVD cult classic trend continues. But yes, you can find them on all of those websites. And a quick distinction, as we mentioned before, we'll be watching the theatrical cut of the movie, which, as you see on screen, is an hour 53 minutes. I think the director's cut is like 2 hours 20 minutes. So if you have an over 2 hour long cut of it, that might be the wrong one. I think on Tubi they have both cuts, and also the one on YouTube is the theatrical cut. So no matter what, you are in good shape. You don't even gotta pay for it. So anyhow, with all of that being said, all of that preamble, I cannot wait to dive back into this. I cannot wait to celebrate our good friend Ray's birthday by revisiting a classic. Ben, Ray, are we ready? Are we ready to experience Donnie Darko for basically the first time?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's been too long.
Then with all that being said, we revisit Donnie Darko for Ray's birthday in 3, 2, 1. Dead Company.
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it's true.
Does John Goodman ever say "Shut up, Donnie" in this movie?
You're out of your element, Darko.
He should have been in this.
John Goodman.
Yeah.
He would.
I recognize the guy who plays the dad in the box. Like 2/3 of the way through the movie, I'm like, oh, that's where I know that guy's face. He's just
That's Drew Barrymore's company. That's the guy who directed the movie.
Richard Kelly, what happened to you, man?
He's working on like supposedly 10 different projects right now.
So he says, but for a guy who hasn't made a movie in like 16 years, can you really believe anything he says, though? I sure don't.
Uh-oh.
Dead Child.
Oh, no. Not again.
Family Guy Death Bus.
No,
just
he's facing
EP.
the camera.
True.
They just EP. They're taking a nap.
Yeah.
Taking an EP nap in the middle of the road.
This looks like Appalachia, and I'm already creeped
This
out.
looks like Burning 2019.
Kind of does.
At least the poster. I need to rewatch that too. That was another one where once I picked Donnie Darko, I'm like, oh fuck, I should revisit Burning though.
Bro, where are your shoes?
Bro, don't need them.
Good question.
You got your
Why
dogs
said he
out.
biked?
Bro got the dogs out. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Hi, Jake.
This was like his 4th movie.
Little baby Jake.
Baby Jake. To be clear, I fucking love Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm.
He was a fan. I was a fan
Whoa.
for life after Nightcrawler. Whoa.
He's another actor that had some weird mass psychosis, quote unquote drama like last few years.
Yeah.
Like, didn't he just date Taylor Swift? And everyone was like, he must have done something terrible.
Yours are weird. What the hey? Whoa.
Whoa.
Flashbang.
Breach and clear.
You shouldn't ride a bike barefoot. That sounds painful.
I believe the band behind this song is named Echo and the Bunnymen.
That it is.
Hey.
And to think he wanted to replace us with an NXS song after all of this. In the
Here at
director's
Halloween. Oh, no.
They're coming. Middlesex. That's a town in New Jersey, actually.
I think there's Middlesexes throughout the country. There's a lot of middles and sexes. Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
You know, Richard Kelly did say that he kind of wanted to make something along the lines of a John Hughes movie. So you're not far off there.
Got those vibes.
Man, this blows.
He's so satisfied with himself. Suburbia.
Now I'm scared of the suburbs. Thanks, Weapons 2025.
I don't blame you. Conan O'Brien's running around somewhere.
Stephen King.
There's reading.
Did you not
Stephen
get that
King's
it's the
It
80s?
on the launch here? Cute. Where's Donnie?
How
No,
is
Donnie.
Donnie? No one asks how is
Why
Donnie.
is? Oh my God! Director of The Bride, Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh
The
boy.
fucking libs.
80s politics.
Right. These are Reagan era America. They're real siblings too, so I feel like they're dynamic.
Can you stop saying squeeze one out? That's really weird.
Child. Donnie Dicko. They're gonna let this play out.
Why is the subtitles person British?
In front of my pizza? Oh!
Are you team fuck ass or team suck a fuck?
Heard that one before. It comes from Donnie Darko. Understood.
Yep.
Sorry, Mom, Dad.
This is.
I've just got a lot of angst, okay? Oh, God.
Let's go.
The mom looks like Margaret Thatcher.
Maybe that's intentional for the era. I'm on D&D.
Them kids always on their books.
Oh.
He's a little feisty, isn't he?
God,
I'm a teenager and life is a nightmare.
I'm just a kid.
Bro! He is really off his meds.
He also has an owl lamp. That's pretty cool. He...
Well, what were you saying?
Well, were you acting like a bitch?
Nick Mullen bit.
What? Jeez.
Needed some reassurance.
Donald Darko Nathan.
Donnie
That's
are
right.
Darkonequus.
Take those
That's
meds,
right.
Donnie.
Take that Ritalin.
I don't need these.
Yeah, really.
Becomes Neil Breen.
Murray said Richard Kelly is very Neil Breen coded, but just so boring in his later movies.
Dick Berg.
Yeah, you tell him. My parents watching Fox News now.
That man is dead.
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh,
that was creepy.
October 2nd.
You didn't say this was gonna be spooky.
It's a little spooky.
Scary.
A little scary movie. 6.
Not a teenage boy's room without a picture of a hot woman on the wall.
And an American flag directly under it.
Which to see jack off to? You be the judge.
My parents would have never let me have a picture of like a scantily clad woman on my wall.
Maybe his mom just doesn't look up.
She can't look up, just like dogs.
Don't look up.
Dogs can't look up. Moms can't look up. Come a little bit. Whoa. It's POV shot.
Oh, there he goes.
Nope, not anymore.
Was it 2:17 a.m.?
Out of body. Yeah, right.
God.
He running with his arms out.
George Harrison starts playing. Beware of darkness.
Jake, stop looking at me like that. Freaking me out, bro.
What's up, Jakey?
Don't smile like that. Oh God.
He happy. Hello. It's a furry.
It's terrifying.
Okay. It's so creepy looking.
He's a naturally creepy looking dude. He's handsome, but he's also creepy.
Kind of like
Especially
Bill
in
Skarsgård.
Nightcrawler. I could see it.
It's kind of like a naturally...
The sunken in eyes, you know. I'm just beat directing The Bride.
I really want you... Oh my God!
God.
Okay, so they live in California.
The box office results came in for The Bride.
Is it because it's a bomb?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Osama.
Timely. Whoa.
Oh, wait, the World Trade Center
exposure.
bombing was like the 90s, I think, right?
He was sleeping
wouldn't
on the 18th hole.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze. Shout out. We're rich and white.
Of course, it's suburbia. There's a friggin' golf course. I hate golf courses.
It's a funny DR.
Well, they hate you
kids,
too, you
let's
prick.
golf. They got them 80s fire engines.
Mm.
Why's your house broke? Dan says stupidest sport ever.
It's kind of pointless, isn't it? And it
A
takes
little
up
bit.
so much space. Okay, well, I'll rant about golf another day.
I was
Probably a
listening to
really cold take, but
I was listening to the score for this movie earlier. It's actually really interesting.
what the hell? Did a plane land on the house? Is that? Oh, sorry, the turbine dropped on the house.
Huh.
I guess it's a good thing he wasn't there then.
See, that's one of those bits where I'm like, what are you... Like, what is this? They're not acting like people.
It's kind of
Like,
it's kind of
I used to have jet engine in your room, honey. Like, no one would act like this.
it's kind of Lynchian in a way.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Like just something preposterous like that would happen.
Mhm.
And they were never seen again.
They should go golfing.
Let's go golfing. So, this movie came out in October of 2001.
Right. Yeah.
This airplane thing was specifically part of the marketing. Can you imagine why the movie
What do you mean?
bombed
What
when they stopped
what
marketing
big
it?
thing happened in 2001 that would have changed people's entire perceptions about these sort of things? I wonder.
Freddy Got Fingered was released. Yeah. So that was one
Should that
reason.
go in the special night queue, actually?
We could do that.
Maybe.
Could do that.
That'd be a stretch.
Everyone's like in a post-trauma fugue state.
Dan says this movie predates them by a month.
Huh.
Ah, you're old. I'm just kidding.
This movie's like gonna be 25 years old in October. Isn't that crazy?
This is the weirdest layout hotel room I've ever seen.
Yeah, what the hell is this?
Hotel,
And that's-
motel, Holiday Inn.
Say what? That's also very interesting. Is like they don't know what plane it came from. That's more kind of like
It's a fully
Kinda
intact
dreamlike.
engine. They could easily find out, but like, oh, no one says where it is.
that's a neat
They've
to
got
me.
serial numbers for this exact sort of thing.
Our house had an airplane engine.
Our house got 9/11, and I don't even know what that is.
All the boys.
Hey, you survived. You survived getting killed by a plane crash.
He
Have a
has some-
cigar.
He has some lung cancer.
I'm really glad our generation killed cigarettes, or is
For
killing
real.
cigarettes.
Oh,
What
it's the
the
80s.
fuck?
Oh no.
It's tobacco.
That's some
not good.
Some good. Whoa, sideways.
Why are we Oh my god.
Oh, fucking Tears for Fears.
He really loves his slow motion montages.
Makes it feel dreamlike.
Not even
and
montage.
surreal.
It's just a slow motion scene.
Woo. Oh no.
It's not a montage if it's all one scene.
It's a mullet.
Yeah, right. In the wild. Attitudinal beliefs.
This is funky. Oh my god, is he doing cocaine?
It is the 80s.
Some kind of popper. Some kind of upper. Dogman.
Now that's a weird persona.
It is.
Very.
We've seen a couple personas so far.
Yeah. See, if this
I
is how
gotta say-
schools were in the 80s, I understand why they were so uptight about DARE and stuff. There's just cocaine, cigarettes,
Ah,
and shit
stuff in the
everywhere.
camera.
I gotta say, I really fuck with this. I mean, I love the song, but Drew Barrymore.
Looking back on it, I really don't think I've seen a movie do this before. Like, this is something you see on like a stage play. As a way to introduce the ensemble characters.
And you know, it's not a needless needle drop because it's kind of putting you in the era. It's like, okay, it's the 80s, you know?
Mm-hmm.
We got that in one take. Yeah, high five.
It's just like Birdman. Algernon says that it has been turned into a stage play. Oh.
I can see it. It was very stageable.
Bro is fucked.
Oh God, I don't
Uh-oh,
know,
I'm back in
dude.
school. I'm back in school. Jeez. Fucking kid. It's so openly mean, this movie. Protagonist.
He's the asshole friend, you know?
Everything burns. They just want to watch the world burn.
They just want to be the Joker, baby.
They just want to be the
Basically, that's
Joker,
what he's saying.
baby. It's a new girl.
Is this an anime? Are we sure it's not an anime?
No, this is Kristen Stewart, Lindsay Lohan.
This is Madoka Magica.
Oh yeah, that's freaking weird. Don't do that.
Dan
I'm a
points
transfer
out.
student, and I have a
Dan
heart
points
issue.
out that this is a 2001 movie that has Drew Barrymore. It's this and Freddy Got Fingered, so there is a connection, Ray.
Was she and Freddy Got Fingered? Whoa.
She was married to Tom Green for a minute there.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
Go
They're
sit
so
in the
mean to
dump.
Joni.
Go sit in the dun spot. She didn't read the 13-page short story, Ben.
Would have taken her all night. She said that.
She had TikToks to watch. In 1988 TikToks.
She was too busy buying a house for $10 in 1988.
Oh, there you go, Ray.
Yeah.
They thought
How-
about it.
what-
TM.
How unfortunate.
An NDA?
Plane crash NDA.
Uma Thurman?
Thurman Munson?
One can dream.
Oh my god. It follows, lady. Yeah, this is very Twin Peaks.
She is a very Lynchian character.
You have to speak up. The subtitles can't hear you.
You'll have to speak louder. I'm on medication.
Tell me to kill myself.
Okay.
Go to the therapist.
Hmm.
The bunny's name is Frank.
A bunny's name can be Frank, Ben. We don't judge.
I do.
Damn. I can't stop you.
Oh boy,
my gosh.
TV Day.
TV Day!
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze. Hmm.
This shit's awesome.
Horse moment.
Horse?
Random horse noise.
Show me the horse,
survivor.
you coward.
Fear survivor.
I saw a horse.
Oh. She looks conventionally attractive, Ray. Fear survivors. I'm not afraid anymore.
Good for you, kid.
Where's that
Another
horse?
horse?
That's the horse.
Patrick Swayze just makes that sound. When does the Jesus talk start? When's he gonna mention God?
With 12 easy payments.
Yeah. As Algernon mentioned in chat, all of Patrick Swayze's costumes were from the 80s. Like, they were outfits he owned from the 80s. Oh my god, LSD Dream Simulator.
That's one of the backroom levels. Please,
Hello,
how did you
hello,
get in my
sir.
house?
Listen, man, he could pick locks.
Uh-oh.
Donnie's armed now.
Where'd you get the axe?
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. Got any questions? So, the last unicorn. Is this a horse moment? Got any questions so far, Ben?
Yeah.
Good. Bunch of people are dead.
From a school flooding? I hope not.
It's kind of... They've been mentioning some biblical things. It's almost like the flood.
Oh.
Also kind of feel... Oh, ooh.
Eddington. Feces. No.
Fucking kids' baby talk.
No,
The empty
sweetheart,
man
that's
made me
not what
do
it
it.
is. No wonder he's always tired. He never gets any sleep. Even when he's asleep, he's off doing some crazy shit.
He's side questing even when he's asleep.
Oh God.
There he is.
Yes, Seth Rogen.
Oh my God,
I
dude.
think it's his first movie
That
appearance.
was his first line
This is film
in
debut.
anything ever. Dude awoke. Please, please, Donnie.
What was that? He didn't even flinch. That was so. He just looks like that. I like your boobs.
Thank you, Seth Rogen.
Oh
Jesus
God. Well,
Christ.
I was crazy once. They put me
Put
in a
me in a
room.
box. Put me in a room. I only burn small things now.
Oh, how this guy's a dreamboat. Just listen to him. He's got the riz.
Girls love my autism swag.
They can't just call him Donnie. They always have to say Donnie Darko.
They always say Don. It kind of feels comic booky in a way, like that. What an interesting meet cute. The two weird kids bonding.
Oh, that's what this was. A conversation.
You're weird.
Yes.
Correct takeaway. You're weird complimentary.
Okay. I'm happy for them.
Where? Thank you.
You can't pretend
Man,
you have a
it was
regional
that
way
easy.
of saying going out. That's stupid.
Motherfucker, it was that easy.
Unless you're in like Wisconsin, maybe.
Yeah, true.
I guess it's that easy when you look like Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Very fair. A solid start. I want it to pan back and they're in like a circle of candles. And there's like a pentagram on the floor.
Are you missing any ribs?
Have any of y'all ever been hypnotized? I've never. I know some people have.
Not that I
Tried
know of.
hypnotherapy when I was a kid, yeah.
I'm a teenage boy, of course I do. What kind of question is that?
Maybe he's
That's
gay,
all that's on my
Ben.
mind.
Have we considered he's gay? It is 88.
It's the 80s.
Yeah.
There's girls, that's cool. Oh, well.
Oh boy, he does think about girls.
Alright. Yeah. What else is there to think about? My hormones are going fucking nuts.
Quick shout out to Christina Applegate. Oh no.
And illegal. Bro!
Donnie.
Stop unbuttoning your pants.
Donnie.
Bro!
Donnie. Jesus.
Oh, that's right. He was hypnotized.
Right.
Yeah, it didn't really work, did it?
I just started masturbating. What is this meant to do?
Pal, that is the funniest fact.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Donald Darko.
Donathan Darkovich.
Darkathan. They made me do it. They made me do it.
Oh, they're trying to match the handwriting.
Oh.
As if a spray can and handwriting would be nearly the same looking.
It's a little
Gay
bit
Dennis.
a little bit cartoony in that regard. That's
I
that's my
don't-
name. You fuck.
Weird camera change.
Oh Jesus.
Got that Rick
Oh,
Richards.
fuck.
Damn.
80s are fucking intense. 80s school bullying is intense.
I hate not Catholic school.
These 16-year-olds are freaking insane. Okay.
I'm
What?
sorry.
Played by Rihanna?
But she's played by Rihanna.
Or Katy Perry in the 2010s film.
This is a RiffPonies conversation.
It really is.
This is a cold open.
It is. Or like a Come Town bit. Oh my god.
C tier come down bit.
First of all, actually,
If it was a come down bit, they'd be doing Indian voices.
Yeah, true. Brush dropping the lore.
what are they talking about?
They're talking like teen boys do.
Yeah, I guess so.
Point of
That is
being
true.
alive.
I had some stupid ass
Smart.
conversations when I was a teenager.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of authentic in that way. I feel like that was a real conversation Richard Kelly once had. And as Algernon mentioned. Grandma Death. Did y'all have a well-known, infamous person in your hometown growing up? We had a guy in our town called Walking Tom.
We had an old
We have
guy in my
Stickman. He's still around.
neighborhood.
There's a guy who's near naked who walks around with a walking stick everywhere.
Oh.
I think we've only seen him on the same highway.
Aw.
Oh. It's Pinky in that one episode.
We had an old man in my neighborhood who got mad at us for being too rowdy at the bus stop across the street from his house.
Jeez.
He shook me once.
like Nevercracker from Monster House.
Yeah, he
You
grabbed
don't-
me by the shoulders and shook me.
Do you Oh,
Oh
boy.
God.
Uh-oh. Right, it's the Satanic Panic. Smack dab. I love that piece of trivia Algernon put in chat. That, like, Richard Kelly had to speak to the creator of Smurfs to get that conversation approved, and he approved.
Ah. What subject do you teach?
Boy. Oh, God. Violent video games.
Ah.
Whoa.
No, Jake Gyllenhaal, don't crawl out of the screen.
He's the ring girl.
Ah!
Ooh.
He's got paws. He's got beans.
Frank the bunny has beans. Yes, yes. 80s parent.
Oh, for God's sake.
And things don't change, huh? Paul Thomas Anderson doesn't ban books. Oh, God.
I forgot about that line. I remember now. I wanted to make a YouTube poop of this solely so that I could make a joke of her. It's supposed to be ironic line.
That got applause.
I think
and
we have
everyone
all
clapped.
played Donkey Kong Country.
I'm just glad she shut up. Hey, wait a minute. We were talking about time travel. Talking to us, the audience.
Okay.
Anyway, where were we?
We need to watch more Patrick Swayze.
I missed something the first few months.
Ooh,
Oh, I'm curious. Stop tape here.
Oh, that's what she teaches.
Hmm.
And by that, I mean she doesn't do...
It's interesting that they're setting up this kind of like this ultra-Christian kind of like tidy Reagan era kind of group with this and connecting it with an infomercial guy who seems a little iffy. As a product of fear.
My character dilemma is you, ma'am.
I had a health teacher once tell me that I was going to become a drug dealer because I was wearing a Yankee hat.
Oh,
I'm not even joking. One of the most confusing days of my life. Please be nice to her. Uh-oh. Kind of epic, honestly. I want to ask
Mr.
him.
Donnie Darko to you.
Mr. Donnie Darko 2001 to you.
What?
My wallets. Huh. He's kind of cooking. Oh boy. I think he's doing this, huh? How do we pass in this class?
You just agree with everything she says.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
That cut. That was pretty great.
That is not a word to use with test scores. That doesn't convey anything. Oh my gosh, she's there?
That reveal. He laughed.
The parents want to laugh so bad.
He was
He's so
laughing
proud of
behind them.
himself.
Oh my god. Shout out Dan Quayle. Oh god. That was a lockjaw jaw movement there. We are basically family. Oh Lord.
She's doing a great job being an
She
insufferable
is.
bitch.
She is. She's like Mrs.
She
Deagle
is
from
awesome.
Gremlins. I think all the performances are pretty great so far, I'm gonna be real.
Al said Richard Kelly had to leave the room because he couldn't stop laughing at the delivery. He told me to insert the line into my anus. That's funny.
Mhm.
More ladies in bikinis on those walls, too. The 80s was nuts.
It's true.
That was his dad's interior design decision. I think. That might have been an early Seth Rogen laugh I heard in the background. there.
Potentially, yeah. I heard that.
Prototypical.
Was he? Oh man, that's aged well. Are we gonna explain it with the putting a pencil through the piece of paper? The casual slinky around him.
It's like if you were on an island.
Back to the futuristic.
That's actually, I was gonna say that's an actual piece of discussion in the film world about how like postmodern the filming style for Back to the Future was.
Pharaoh! That's the old lady.
That's the old lady. She go time crazy. We're connecting the dots.
That old lady knows more than she's letting on. Shining.
Yeah, right. Midnight.
I was a woman? The Shining would have been better if it ended up with Jack Nicholson in a dress in that picture. The Shining is actually about trans identity. Actually, I bet that's an essay that exists.
they they sure gossip like Reagan era conservatives.
Yeah, kids are great.
Who could blame her, honestly? They're so casual about it. Shout out the band Triumph.
We're not gonna find out what she told him till like the end of the movie. Oh, never mind.
Ben. Ben has only been asking questions, and I love that. Oh.
Aw. What the dog doing?
What the dog doing? Think we're alone. You can tell he had something. You know?
He's pretty good.
Yeah. You could tell Jake Gyllenhaal had something, even at this age.
Okay, how
He really
did
got that warbly voice down. I was like, all right, I'm gonna stick with this.
Yep, he found it. What's up?
How did Donnie Darko crash that plane?
With no survivors.
How'd he drop an engine on his room?
80s aura farming going on right here.
I am mother, so I drink wine.
Hear me roar. Football.
They're just name dropping as many 80s references and 80s people that they can.
Feels natural though. I think, you know, like I said, it feels kind of semi-autobiographical.
I just wish
And
I
it's
knew
the
who all these people are.
I'm aware of some of them. I know that's Doug Williams. He was a quarterback. Whoa.
Yeah, where's Do the Daring Deuce and if he needs to know the results of 88?
T-1000's coming out of him.
What the heck?
Whoa. I don't remember this.
Hey, buddy, you got a little something.
You got a big poop coming out of your chest.
That's a chest boner. Whoa.
Ooh, Halloween shit.
Oh, everyone's got one. Whoa. Even you have one.
That'd be me.
Mildly.
Be like... Huh. Big hand.
I was gonna flip him off.
But that happens in the Robot Chicken sketch.
Donnie Darko Actually, I could see a Donnie Darko Robot Chicken sketch. It would just be something about Frank being a furry, though. Like, that's all it would be.
Probably.
Or turning Donnie into a furry.
Whenever he's got that mannerism expressions when he's in like the fugue state down to
Of a furry?
oh Jesus.
Now he does.
Suddenly gun.
Oh yes, they're both plain. I'm again, I've seen this movie, but I'm still so perplexed how they're gonna tie this all up. They're building things, but I want to see how they're going to tie them together.
Oh, that's right. They're going together now.
Hmm.
Can I hold your hand?
Oh, we just
okay.
we leapfrogged right over, man. They're stealing first base.
No, she's saying no.
Oh, they're awkward though. Man, I remember being a teenager. Shit sucked.
Yeah,
pretty
you're not
smooth.
right now.
Hmm. That fucking framing.
Respectful.
Yeah, right. Bro left the voice call.
I'm with my son. Have you seen my son?
Have you seen my son? This is like Finding Nemo.
Dad's on his side.
I love that everyone's in therapy.
Oh
You
my
had to
god.
be
Oh my god.
Jesus. Hmm. Oh! She said that with a straight face.
You have a gun and a knife. This is bad.
Knife.
Gun that shoots knives. Oh
Whoa.
my god, what the Jeez. More drugs.
No more hypno. And more drugs. Jeez.
Seems like it only happens when he takes the drugs.
Hmm. Sure, fuck it. Let it ride.
Just a jungle juice of drug. Why not?
Jungle
the 80s.
juice of drug.
Girl, what are you eating?
What is she eating?
Yeah.
Oh my god, Jim Cunningham's here.
I can't believe he's single.
And he starts talking about taming the pussy. Like Tom Cruise in Magnolia.
Get on with it.
Yes, get on with it. Does he have someone on a MIDI keyboard on the side playing his theme? Sounds like Dire Docks.
Oh my god, it does.
I think Dan made that joke earlier.
Oh.
Seth Rogen. This inspirational 80s butt rock.
Oh my god. Frank.
Coincidence?
Just triggering.
She's here.
Spencer.
Yeah, that was Jerry Trainer. How much dedicated wham do I need on the server?
Yeah, there's some interesting cameos.
Very anxious. Uh-oh, don't let him on the mic.
Stop before he says a slur.
Stop before he asks about Princess Celestia porn. Gerald is
That would be a
afraid.
great supercut.
Why is this so anxious? Spencer. You know what? He's giving him actionable advice. Kind of let him cook.
I'm angry. I'm a teenager. I'm angry at everything.
I believe you're a teenager.
Am I right about that?
You need to leave.
Yeah, really.
The kids love it.
And everyone clapped.
Yeah.
Right, it's just the...
Teen angst, teen angst.
Everyone did clap out. Whoa.
No, not really. There's a bunny man in my dreams.
You know, the people have been saying chud since 2001. You ever seen a grown man naked?
Never been to a Turkish bathhouse?
Really?
There's that reoccurring theme of coincidence I'm catching on to. The Lance of Longinus. He had the slinky there to demonstrate. Okay.
Foresight?
Yeah, like it's where it's like a thread of their destiny, kind of. Without a lawyer. Huh.
Kitty's gonna rat me out because she's a bitch.
How did you not mention that the use of chud there was actually in reference to the movie Chud that was out at the time, which was supposed to be featured in this?
There's
Interesting.
a movie called Chud?
Yes, it was actually an inspiration for Jordan Peele's Us, believe it or not.
Take the money out.
Go on, take the money and run.
We've done this thought experiment in class already.
And then a trolley comes out of nowhere. He has to solve the trolley problem, IRL. Oh.
That's a big house.
Bro's doxed.
It's awfully Scientology of you, Donnie. Scientology of time travel.
Whoa.
Whoa. What?
Oh, I love patently stupid. Congrats, you invented the viewfinder.
Invented MetaQuest. Oculus Rift.
Yeah, right. It's the metaverse. Yeah, you're gonna ask. Ayo. Man, humanity would never do that.
What was that?
This guy.
Jesus Christ, Seth.
Christ.
Yeah.
Man, this is a
now is the
strange
time?
series of events.
Now is the time that's more appropriate?
After the mom stabbing was brought up.
Jeanette McCurdy, is that you?
Shout out to movie theater. We love classic movie theaters. I think that theater's still around, too. I see an Evil Dead poster.
Old movie prices. They're alone?
Alright, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit. There'd be more people on a Halloween day screening of The Evil Dead now.
Yeah, I think Thoth is sitting up there somewhere.
I was gonna say I've gone on to a drive-in to see the Evil Dead movies with Chris, so that we have done this actually.
RiffPonies in the back and they won't shut up.
Oh man, I love the Evil Dead.
Still never seen any of the Evil Deads.
We should fix that sometime.
Donnie, stop looking at me. Donnie, stop it. Oh.
Hello, sir. He also bought a ticket.
That's an iconic shot.
Yes.
Hey, down in front with the ears.
He asked. What did you call it? Ooh. Why he whisper?
Are you a man or a Muppet?
It ain't easy being green. Underneath the mask, it's Donnie Darko. Oh.
Whomst.
Oh, it's just a dude.
Just a guy.
My father
was a rabbit. Huh. There's some eldritch shit going on here.
October something.
I want you to watch The Evil Dead with me.
Shut up and watch the fucking movie.
Whoa.
I've played Portal. Does that count?
Have you ever played Portal 2?
Whoa.
We're getting going. We're going places here. Jeez.
He's like, okay. Don't leave her.
Don't fumble this, Donnie.
Fell
Damn it.
asleep in the middle of Evil Dead. How's that possible?
That's true.
Yeah, he could have been mad that she fell asleep during the movie and left her there.
That's true. The Evil Dead, The Last Temptation of Christ. What a double feature. I love musical theater.
Are they gonna be mean to her? Don't be mean to her.
She kind of killing it. This is so pretty, actually.
Nice doves.
It's a John Woo film now. Oh my god. This fucking woman.
You ever see that one CNN interview? Just do what that guy did. Or was that, I don't know if that's CNN or not. Do you know what I'm talking about, though?
I think so. Yeah. She hit the dab right there.
Oh my god.
Stop being mean to her. Stop it.
Ooh, you just suck.
My god, middle school trauma unlocked.
Like on all ages.
I remember I was in the school talent show a couple times.
Twilight Sparkle?
Okay, this Neil drops a heater, though. Hold on.
I'm going to review Back to the Future through song.
Through interpretive dance.
Anyone feel the need to vomit up there?
Swallow it.
They got a real production here.
Well, I was gonna say, why is this a heater? Why does this look great? Hold on.
Don't speed up. Stay on tempo.
Richard Kelly really said, I fucking love this song. I'm just gonna shove a dance sequence into the movie.
Sure, why not? I guess.
It's really cool, though.
Oh. It's gonna be the backdrop to this?
Algernon, that might be a director's cut thing. Because he did screw with the soundtrack quite a bit.
No, I do remember the notorious needle drop in the director's cut.
Oh, okay.
But there was originally supposed to be another song here, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a slowpoke.
Whose house is that? Is that Patrick Swayze's house?
I think that's Patrick Swayze's house, yeah. The juxtapositions here again.
Way to go.
Good job. This is
Good
how
job.
Dance Mom started.
Oh god, not Dance Moms.
What's her name? Is the dance mom?
Richard Kelly also really likes his slow motion sequences, don't he?
He really does.
He likes to emphasize
You
moments.
hear
with it.
anyway.
I was hoping they left
I
the
just
axe
realized
in.
there's only one of those in the box. And it's for a special effects shot. It's not purposeful.
Mm.
Man,
Makes
it's really
everything feel ethereal in this kind of.
Well, he did all that and just came back to the movie.
Doesn't take that long to burn a house down.
Oh man, doing all that arson really made me hungry for some popcorn.
For some Reese's Pieces. You telling me that's the audio for Last Temptation of Christ in the background? Ain't no way.
Uh-oh. Ooh.
Oh boy.
Yikes. Yeah, screw that guy.
Thank you, Maggie. You know,
His financier has declined to comment. Situation.
it kind of feels like an 80s I wonder what Richard Kelly thinks of David Lynch, because it kind of feels like Blue Velvet but in the 80s, kind of
It's kind of
unpacking
Blue
this.
Velvet-y, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Whoa.
In hindsight, it really isn't that Lynchian. His dialogue is just written really weirdly in a lot of scenes.
Hmm.
'80s apathy.
Meet the new apathy, same as the old apathy. Jeez. Excuse me, I have a line of coke to do. It's the 80s after all. Same, Drew.
Good one.
Should go out to the baseball field.
Whoops.
Oh my.
She's just
Aw.
everywhere. Just lurking.
She hit the Kevin Costner in a Man of Steel. Let's fucking go.
Well, this is some ominous score playing
Right.
during this very happy announcement.
Oh.
Whoops. Her face. Ew. Oh no.
Listen, he was just one bad apple. Couldn't be the whole system. Never.
Never.
God
The
is
system
awesome.
of life
God is
advice therapist
awesome.
people.
What a great shirt. Allegations.
Fucking a
What words
the
am I
gang
supposed
floods
to
a
use?
school font.
Kitty porno.
Oh god.
Oh no. Oh, God. Man, nothing has changed, huh?
She seems so unbothered.
Hmm.
Such a great line.
Just drop that in a random conversation.
Does she even hear what she sounds like and is saying?
Algernon said, "Can a plane engine drop on Kitty?"
I would like
Yeah.
that very much.
Yep, yep.
Great actress. Great actress.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
Selling that. Whoops.
Just kind of a blue velvet looking room.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will all go perfectly fine.
There will never be a Donnie Darko 2001.
Oh, Donnie, Darko.
Pretty crazy.
How does it feel to have a quirked up white boy as your son?
It's weird complimentary.
That's a good review for the movie, I think. Weird complimentary.
I think you need a stamp for that.
It's not a return address.
Yeah. I guess
my
mail
gosh.
has changed a lot
Clean.
since the 80s.
You think she knows who you are?
I'm the one who almost hit you with my car. Wait, that doesn't really narrow it down.
Last pony who said that to me had alicorn wings.
Tell them you're gonna be a gay baby.
Could be a gay baby.
Expand.
Expand on that. That prominent giant American flag is interesting.
As
I'm
she is
wondering what he meant by
leaving
that.
while
Yeah.
as she is being sacked.
I wonder what they meant by that. Leave this girl alone.
Oh. Oh.
I forgot about that.
So she has a crush on him. Oh, he's wearing them.
That's an awesome house.
I'm imagining these therapies. She had to say that with a straight face. That's great.
The murder I did. Oh.
You jerked off again?
I played Hungry Hungry Hippos.
Ugh, this is eerie. No Franks. Read about it in a book.
I don't want to do that, Mrs. Torrance. Shout out Gyllenhaal, man.
You should probably wake him up.
He's making it work. The stuffed dog. Frank.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
That'd be a weird fanfic.
Huh. Now this really is some Twin Peaks shit. She just spoke in riddles.
Jeez. I didn't do anything weird, did I?
Did I start jerking off again?
Dawn
They
of
were
the
like, that
final
was
day.
weird. Hello, Frank Pumpkin.
You should totally post about it on Twitter.
3, 2, I was gonna say. Oh shit, I love Halloween scenes in movies. He's rocking the skeleton shirt.
Minimal effort.
Love to see it. Hulk Hogan. Ronald Reagan mask.
I don't think there's this many people at school. How did they get a keg?
Someone figured it out.
Let's find a way.
Yeah, they did. They do, yeah.
Nope.
Your son is whack-a-doo-doo.
Hello, girl I kiss in movie theater. Good lord, a party of this size would just make me so freaking anxious.
Yeah, I never got invited to house parties in those days, and I don't think I think I'm kind of glad I avoided that. This does seem anxiety inducing.
Wait, I missed it. Her mom went missing?
Yeah.
Okay.
She said the house was torn up.
I'm just so vulnerable. Do you want to have sex?
That answers your question, man. They're both traumatized. What a juxtaposition.
Yeah, your house is fucking
Horse.
destroyed. Unicorn!
Unicorn moment. We'll count it.
80s airport security, too.
I remember this song too.
I just had sex. Clock is frowning.
It's sad.
Sad o'clock. This movie is very lucky. I love the soundtrack.
Oh god, the camera.
You got
There's some
impatient.
YouTube poop editing right there. They're gonna make Donnie Darko say sus.
That one, you're like, he saw the edit. It's like, this is taking too long. I made a mistake.
Went to get beer.
That's the handwriting from He Made Me Do It. I just realized that now. Or they made me do it.
What if we touched chest directions? What the fuck?
It was
Is that a
the
pitch?
edit.
It's a pitch meeting.
That was like a modern day, like... It was a TikTok edit.
Where'd she come from?
That was her thing.
Oh, they're going too, I guess?
They're going to...
We need an ET scene.
Do we know the names of his friends that he's hanging out
I don't
with?
know if we do, actually. Yeah.
It's not Seth Rogen. It's the guys he's hanging out talking about Smurfs and shooting
Right.
guns.
Yeah. But we haven't had too much time with them.
You can't go see Grandma Death without a posse.
True. Has to be like ET, you know?
It is kind of
When-
funny how the script needs them to come along too, so it's just a full party.
Remember in high school, you just went along with things because it was an adventure.
True. I went to Fuddruckers many times because of this. Used to have one in town. It's an indoor gun range now.
What a glow up.
I can't tell what's the better establishment.
The one where I could eat 1 pound burgers every Friday after high school.
God, yeah.
It was a vibe. Look at this movie
I should
making me
check if ours is
nostalgic.
still there.
Don't do it.
Mm. Dun, 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 dun.
The piano's gonna close and eat your fingers.
Oh gosh, I've seen House.
Yeah.
The Minnesota Fuddruckers is closed.
Fuck.
Rip.
You heard it here first, folks.
End of an era.
Tragic.
They're
Whenever it
bankrupt,
closed,
right?
it probably closed a while ago, and I never knew.
There's a couple franchise locations. There's one by me. Oh my god. Was it Patrick Swayze? Was he
No.
chilling in there?
Those are the bully kids.
Oh, okay.
Oh god, that was a hard throw.
Okay, brother.
I can't tell who it is.
Cheese it, Seth Rogen.
Oh, different guy's named Seth.
No, you were busy kicking her out.
What the hell?
Man, shit's just happening now.
What were they doing in the house?
They're robbing them.
Oh god, what the
Clown.
fuck now?
Cloud. Huh.
To fall.
Huh.
What?
Huh. Okay. His face did like a cold one's at it.
Is that the yogurt effect?
That's the Donnie Darko effect.
The pipe screensaver.
What?
We're both confused at different things.
What?
I'm confused at Cindy's comment.
think-
You're confused at the movie we're watching.
I think I get it. I think I get it. I'll see if I stay held on here.
Did they run her over with the car?
I think
Yeah.
that was yes, yeah. And then it turned out to be Frank, who he was seeing as a
Yeah. And then he's the one who put his eye out
Yeah.
by shooting him.
so it was like a trauma from the future. It was like circular.
Time travel.
Exactly. Blockbuster membership card. I saw that shit.
They didn't even know that would be nostalgia when they made this movie.
True.
They had that foresight. Speaking of time travel.
My skelly bones.
Did he just have that gun on him the entire day? Or the entire, like, week after he found the gun?
Did get established earlier, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, so he kept the piece on him the entire time?
End of
The hell is
Evangelion.
that? Nope.
The sky had a Ouija. Yeah, nope. Man, I gotta say, it's been a while since I've seen a movie where I had no fucking idea where we're heading.
Hopefully to the hospital, but
Well, yes, definitely there first. But I've seen this movie and I'm still baffled. Later.
So has it happened or yet, or hasn't happened yet?
It's a twister. Anti-M, anti-M. Hmm. Then along came Zeus.
Whoa, wait a minute.
What, Ben?
Wait a minute. Okay, yep. Okay, yep. It's gonna rip a turbine off, isn't it? It's gonna land on his fucking broom. Yeah. There it is.
Ben. He was paying attention, folks.
I still don't know really what to, but I guess I was. Whoop. It's rewind time.
Oh.
Yeah, that's how I feel right now, too. Whoa.
Huh.
Nice drawing.
Let's fucking kill it. He's having a giggle. Huh.
Okay. This was the first night.
Oh.
A cool set piece.
Yeah, that is actually. They really did that. Holy shit.
Well, Algernon, they only had one plane to work with, so they had to. They're not gonna waste another plane's worth of lives.
Therapist?
It was all a dream. Ah, yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know this song.
This version was made for this movie.
I see, I see.
Kind of like a Magnolia sequence here.
Yeah, it really is.
We just cut to Julianne Moore screaming at the pharmacist. Richard Kelly could probably be a great music video director.
Turbine fell on him.
So almost so. Okay, I have theories. Man, the song's a meme now, but this presentation and context is actually pretty artful.
Mm.
Like I said, it would make a good music video, honestly.
Got smushed.
Mm,
He got squished.
Jake Gyllenhaal got smushed.
You put him in a hearse right
Poppers.
away, not an ambulance.
No. Never got the chance to meet him. Or did you?
Deja vu.
Cigarette emoji.
My son was squashed by a jet engine. Cigarette emoji.
The 80s were crazy.
Yeah, that shit was happening all the time.
That is the biggest takeaway from this experience.
A lot of crack and knives and cigarettes in the 80s.
And
A little bit of
boobs.
crack.
A little bit of crack.
Just in the intro sequence. Oh,
Yes.
prepare more executive.
Yeah, that was part of the deal with her producing it, was that she also played a role in it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and interesting.
So her producing
arrangement.
came first, and then the role second.
I think so. Yeah, probably helped for her to say she was in the movie. If you were trying to get eyes on it.
Yeah. It's
Speaking of
stars in there.
and speaking of eyes, our eyes were subjected to Donnie Darko for the last 2 hours. I am endlessly curious. I have a lot of thoughts, but who wants to go first? I'm curious to hear both of y'all's perspectives. Someone revisiting it and someone having never seen it. Who wants to go first?
Man. So
Appropriate
they're like two parallel timelines, maybe. It seems like the turbine falling on the room's like a canon event in all these timelines, and I guess it's just a matter of in the uncorrupted timeline with no psychedelics. Donnie Darko has a plane dropped on him, but in this other one, he's haunted by someone he kills in the future, which gets him out of bed so he's not killed, and he goes and commits these crimes, but also gets a pedophile thrown in jail, which is good. But then he floods the school, and ultimately his girlfriend dies. And
You are summing it up. You are getting these details correct. Dan kind of broke it down in chat, and I think that's. I mean, we'll talk about it in a little bit, but Dan broke down what his interpretation is.
okay, Donnie's an anomaly in time, and he basically sacrificed himself to save the world from a wormhole ripping through time and space. He was always supposed to die by the turbine crushing him. Okay, so the big sucky thing over the house was the end of the world, and he was viewing it because he didn't die by the turbine. He was with his dead girlfriend. He's watching the wormhole like destroy the world, and he realized this is the timeline where the world ends because of certain events.
It's kind of
Then
like
does he travel back in time then to be in his bedroom and die when the turbine smashes through to kill him? Or is that just a separate timeline altogether? One where the world doesn't end?
I think it's hard to say with certainty.
Yes.
That's what's nice about this cut, I think.
Interesting. Yeah, because so what were
Is
the
that I
changes
think we can all
made?
be right.
What were the changes made in the director's cut, Ray?
So again, I haven't watched the director's cut, but I've seen clips and I've read the synopsis, and they basically commit to a strictly sci-fi explanation to everything. So they read from the philosophy of time travel several times, and they like show excerpts of it on the screen. There's more bits with the physicist teacher where they talk even more about the mechanics of time travel. So if I'm understanding those details correctly, they really leave fewer stones unturned, and they commit to a firm answer. And I just think that's a terrible decision for this kind of story. Whether it was intentional or not. And again, part of my whole gripe with Richard Kelly and my wanting to revisit this, because he got what he wanted with that director's version, but just based on what it sounds like it is, it just sounds like a terrible idea. Yeah.
I think something like this. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a word for it, but this kind of enigmatic demands more open-ended bits open to interpretation. I think that makes it more fun, as you were kind of leading to. If we call this movie fun, it's a lot of things. Continue your train of thought, though, Ben.
I don't really know where that train of thought was leading, because it's either circular. Okay, so Dan suggests that the Donnie that doesn't die then travels back in time to die to set the timeline right, to set the universe right.
Yeah, because him survive. I love that Christina Applegate gets a thank. That's pretty funny.
Yeah. Hey,
I think that is the director's cut narrative that it settles with, or like firmly established.
Yeah, to me, I take it that he's his timeline is like an anomaly, and because of that, it's what's causing all the apocalyptic things to happen. And it's almost like the universe is sending him signs warning him that he's an anomaly. Because then you have all the circular things that come back with Frank the Rabbit at the end. So they're all like, it's like destiny itself kind of like fucking with him.
Okay, but what was with the weird liquid
The T-1000s?
Yeah, coming out of people's chests. I didn't really get the symbolism there.
It's kind of
it's like a chakra thing where you can see where they're going before they would go.
Yeah, I guess it kind of lends to that theme of destiny. It is a strange visual. Not even in a bad way. It's just a choice.
The movie's depiction of foresight.
Weird complimentary, as was said earlier.
Yeah.
So and then going to Sparrow's house.
Uh-huh.
Sparrow wrote a book about time travel, but he didn't. It's not that she had any of the answers. It was just that this universe that he was in was imparting all of these coincidences because it was an anomaly in the universe, which was never meant to be.
Yeah,
because
kind of like
he
almost like glitches in the Matrix, maybe something analog to that.
I always felt like it was implying that something similar happened to her. Because they also said that like she was like a nun for the longest time, and then for some reason one day she completely changed everything.
Yeah.
And then now she's in this weird loop of checking the mailbox, which I guess the point is that she was checking it for Donnie's letter for her whole life or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know what her perspective is in all of this, so like that's. You're right that she doesn't really do anything though, like, but
it's true.
And I mean, clearly she's still here. She's not dead or anything.
She can't get hit by any cars. That's not part of the canon.
Yeah. So it beats me what larger role she plays, but I thought it was just. Well, I mean, she has this weird philosophy of time. She sets up his understanding, but otherwise, she doesn't play an actor.
Again, it's a very David Lynch thing where you'll have just a strange character enter the movie and serve a particular point, and then they don't really ever talk about them again, but they exist out there and they're weird in the time. Remembering now, I go ahead, Ben.
So I guess our existence in this universe, and we are viewing a universe, a timeline that wasn't supposed to happen,
right?
But we're seeing that if it does happen, this version of Donnie Darko comes to the realization that the universe he survives in is not the proper one, so he goes back to die.
Yes, and I guess
something
there's also
like that,
something like that. And then there's also the whole factor of like it's almost like a Superman thing with like his love dying and everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of an analog to that. They talk about superheroes too.
It's really tragic. I guess that it's meant to be ambiguous. I understand that. There's supposed to be some level of kind of up to your interpretation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there's a lot of that to it, I think. I get it. I think I mostly get it.
I had to have it explained to me, so I don't think I could say I got it on the first go.
Donnie Darko explained YouTube.
Sure that exists.
No, I mean that's a natural reaction to it. I mean, I would be willing to bet there are actually a bunch of YouTube videos on explaining Donnie Darko. And again, it's one of those that I think became a cult classic because it has a distinct feel to it, and it gets people talking about it.
Well, you were about to say something, Ray.
About what?
You were about to say, should I exist? Unless this whole thing is metaphorical to how he views his own existence, and he thinks that by him surviving with whatever condition he has, it's a disaster and an apocalypse to his own universe, so he thinks he's better off by not even being here. And
he does mention
you can make that argument too.
That feeling of aloneness and isolation he kind of talks about at a certain point. So it's kind of likening that. I don't know. Maybe even like a depression or a dissociation. You know.
Mm-hmm. I guess if he does travel back in time, there's the practical part of me is like, okay, well, how did he figure that out? I know it's not really important, but because the visual symbolism is the whole movie rewinds, so it's implied. I guess he goes back to the point where the timelines diverge, where the nexus being the turbine falling on the house. But the turbine was from a plane. Wait, what happened to the plane that all the dancers and the mom were on? Did it survive with one turbine missing? Because it's implied that's where the turbine came from, was from their plane.
Paradoxical.
And it fell through wormhole.
You know, Ray, there was an interesting thing that I'm recalling now. I think when we talked about you picking Donnie Darko, you mentioned Everything Everywhere in relation to this.
Yeah.
Would you
I
be
mentioned
able to
other things, but I'm guessing you don't want to spoil them for the chat.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm curious where that connection came from.
Well, it's tricky to talk about because it's based on the ending.
For Everything Everywhere.
I mean, of this, and I compared
okay.
it to I compared it to Everything Everywhere, but I compared it to other things too. I'm not saying what they are.
Okay. Got you.
Because it spoils the properties then to compare them to that in that regard. But in the way that like space and time behave, how I think I phrased it as a transcendent ending, where something
you did, yeah.
the character ceases to be in some way, whether they die or they change forms or something. And this was the first thing I had seen that in before, and it really, really captivated me. Yeah, that's where that comparison came from.
It's a unique ending for that era, I think. And it kind of leaves you on a mysterious kind of feeling, you know.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen anything older with the type of ending like that. Or actually no, I have. That was one of the things I listed, but that was mid 90s, so still not that further. This was an interesting rewatch.
I was gonna say, but Ben, did you have further thoughts, or did we want to jump to Ray?
I was gonna say that I was curious if the plane was all right, but I guess that doesn't even matter because that is the universe where everyone dies.
Yeah, it kind of feels like him seeing a writing on the wall in throughout the rest of the movie. Kind of explains the surreal feel to it.
That big twister, that big wormhole is going to kill everyone and everything.
Right.
And so the attempt of the universe to correct itself is the turbine flying off, entering the wormhole, and killing Donnie when he in an alternate reality such that the events that lead to the wormhole never actually happen. Which isn't the only reason why it's tied to Donnie Darko is because the movie says because Donnie lived and the universe ends, I guess. Because there's no mechanical reason why the universe ends. It just kind of does. It's kind of after all of the horrible events spiral out of control.
Right. It's kind of like a tiny little glitch can like bring down a whole system, I guess. Where just by the mere fact of Donnie surviving that.
How do you survive that?
Oh my god. Right.
Okay. I think I'm on a stable standpoint with
I was gonna say
movie now.
With that in mind, what did you think about the film as a whole? With all of that in mind,
up until the last 5-10 minutes, I'm kind of wondering how is this all working together, and the circular time travel stuff is always a little hard for me to keep track because I want to put things together in a time. I want to practically build out, okay, this happens and this happens and this happens, because it would imply that this thing is endlessly circular because he kills the thing that gives him the visions to perform all of the actions in the movie in the first place. The Frank.
Right.
And so it's kind of a self-fulfilling thing, which is always kind of harder for me to wrap my brain around because I like to have this leads to this, leads to this, and if it's circular,
Right.
then it breaks.
Right. Gets tougher
But-
to keep track of.
And there's a few things that I'm just kind of curious why they spent so much time on it. Like I guess there's this whole the girl, the girl that's always getting teased. I think her last name was Chen. Apparently she had a crush on Donnie, and that's just kind of a throwaway thing. They spend a good chunk of time doing that whole dance number, which was
Right.
fun, but also
What was the relevance?
yeah, and I guess it's the relevance for all of this time we spend is just building out this world
Yeah.
that they inhabit and live in, so that
It's kind of a portrait of the period. It is a period piece of the 80s.
it is painfully 80s. They keep dropping every 80s thing you can imagine. They've mentioned what Dan Quayle and all the Super
Dukakis.
Bowl and yeah. And I guess is it cathartic that Jim Cunningham was actually a chomo? And so he got what was coming to him
Never
by
heard
him burning
Chomo
the
before. That's a good one.
But, like, it's so strange to just throw that. Oh yeah, by the way, he had an entire stash of this shit,
I think
he's going to jail.
I think it kind of ties into that theme of kind of satirizing or critiquing the Reagan era, like purity kind of chase.
Okay, I guess so.
They also
lot
drop
of
hints throughout the rest of the movie if you look closely.
They do.
He slaps
They
the kid on
do,
the
yeah.
ass in the
He
video.
does.
I never noticed that the first
He
time.
did.
Oh.
Yeah. He slaps a kid on the ass in the video.
So I
yeah.
think while you at least Ray, while there were a couple of scenes that I think you were remarking like while the movie was going, which obviously I wouldn't have caught anything the first watch around, but maybe like you said. So this is a movie that you could rewatch and notice more details, which is always kind of fun to have a movie you can do that with.
It is definitely one of those if you haven't seen it twice, you haven't seen the movie kind of watches,
Right.
as YMS sometimes terms it. It does necessitate multiple viewings, which I can kind of does explain a lot why it was such a popular movie in the VHS and DVD era. Like, it was designed to be rented over and over again and shown.
So I
to
guess
people.
with one watch under my belt, then I've only got half of it in that sense, and so I'm left a little unsatisfied, I suppose, because I
Or the
guess
things you-
there's part of enjoyment in noticing the patterns that lead up to how you know the ending is coming. Because otherwise, I don't know why they go and do all these details and explore all of these kind of side throughs.
Were there attributes about the film that you did like? I guess was my next question.
I mean, Gyllenhaal was great. Gyllenhaal did a fantastic job.
He makes a really weird character work. There's
The
some
needle
strange
drops were
dialogue in this.
fun. I like the everyone's just really mean and violent in this world, I guess.
True to the
There's a
era,
kid
I
with like
guess.
a full beard in high school who's got weapons of all kinds just in his pockets, ready to literally kill a child in a bathroom.
80s were
Just
crazy.
But yeah, it was fascinating. It's a fascinating watch.
I was gonna say you sounded engaged and constantly guessing throughout, which tells me that it was never boring.
I was working.
Which-
My one neuron was firing really hard to try and see where it was headed.
Isn't it fun to be challenged by a movie's story like that, though? I
As soon
think
as
it's
they
pretty
got on that
fun.
plane, I was like, "Wait, it's a fucking turbine."
I was gonna say once we got the interior shot to the plane, I heard you clue in. I heard the modem start up. No, yeah, it is definitely, again, it's like it's designed to show other friends and go, "What the fuck was that?" And then you watch it again like a week later. You rent it from Blockbuster again to try and figure it out.
That's
of
a
those classic.
creepy ass bunny costume, I will say.
It's true. Frank the Rabbit. I wonder if there have been if there's been like fursuit recreations of Frank the Rabbit. I
I'm
bet
sure.
you. Yeah, I bet you.
Maybe not nowadays, but
Well, yeah. And people still talk about that. It's still a very well regarded movie. And kind of still has a place in pop culture. But any further thoughts, Ben, or did we want to turn it over to
Turn it over to Ray. Turn it
the
over
reason
to Ray.
for the evening? Ray, what did you think on this revisit of Donnie Darko?
I think my whole relationship with the movie is not like trying to ascribe a particular, like a specific narrative to it, and a lot of the times it kind of depends on my mood watching it, of how much stock I take in any one lead or aspect, because they're kind of setting up two dimensions to this whole plot. One that revolves around time travel as a legitimate physical thing that exists, and the other is around Donnie's fragile mental state.
Right.
And again, like any mood, you watch the movie and can influence how much of one or it exists on a spectrum of the two, and you can ascribe any amount of it to one or the other. And some days it feels like you're gonna go super literal and it's all time travel. Other days it feels like none of it's real and it's all reflective of his mental state. And always I settle for somewhere in between. If you asked me like on every individual basis what each individual thing means, I couldn't really tell you. But I take a step back and look at it as a whole, and what the end result is after all is said and done, and I'm more impressed by that. I think. Oh, what did I had something I was gonna say and I forgot. What was it gonna be? There are, like, again, every watch I do pick up something new. I did notice on the couch he says, like, I burned down the teacher's house, I flooded the school, and something about at this time they're gonna catch me. And I didn't think about that before. And then when you go to the end of the world and the sky opens up, I've always noticed that no one acknowledges it, or at least like there's no one around to acknowledge. And when he's looking out over the town on the cliff or whatever, like the clouds are swirling and there's like a little twister thing down there, sure, but that's kind of a pretty tame apocalypse, all things considered. And when he leaves the house, the police are coming, not to like arrest the wormhole or anything, but like to arrest him. So there's some link between him perceiving him being caught and this physical end of the world.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So then on that note, on this watch, I'm feeling more on the mental state side of things in terms of what to take stock in.
Okay.
He views him being caught as the actual end of the world, the actual apocalypse. Not necessarily say that it's not real, because there's the whole with Grandma Death and her clearly having gone through something similar and all that. So it's never a clean cut of one or the other. And that's why I compare it to Lynch, because he sets up so many things, especially in like Mulholland Drive. He'll set up so many individual plot points that on an individual basis make sense in their own context. But there's just enough variety that they conflict with each other in a certain amount. And so you have to just make peace with some stuff making sense and some stuff not making sense. And depending on your watch,
I was going to say, if there's one thing that we know Richard Kelly for, is that he's very openly messy. He has a lot of ideas going on in every one of his movies, for better or for worse. In the case of this, compared to Southland Tales, actually very similar movies. It's a bit more palatable here because, like you mentioned, there is that question of the reliable narrator, or unreliable rather, of Jake Gyllenhaal as the protagonist.
Yeah,
So
that's another thing with the rewatch. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, because now I'm thinking on it that you're talking about it. You could read the whole ending as metaphorical, yeah. none of the time loop shit could have happened if you really wanted to break it down that far.
Yeah. It's hard to say for sure, because like I said, there's stuff that conflicts. Obviously, there's something real to this time travel bit, so it's not all his mental state. But it's certainly at least a little bit of it. That being said, as far as like a Lynchian type story with these little bits that conflict with each other, but it's up to you to figure out how they fit in your head the way that you like. It's always been weird, but it's especially interesting looking back now in retrospect with a fresh perspective. Now that I've seen other movies with these similar structures, now that I've seen Lynch, now that I've seen other transcendent endings, Richard Kelly's approach is a bit weird. Because for one thing, some of these clues and things that they sprinkle in, I think Banco touched on, some of them don't really go anywhere. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. The Chinese student having a crush on Donnie doesn't go anywhere.
Was that even elaborated on in the director's cut?
I don't know. It may be.
Because I don't even remember that.
I would doubt it. I don't know how you could flesh that out to be interesting.
It feels like
well, I mean, she is present in the movie a lot. She's like a silent observer in like every single school scene.
It's kind of just like another little quirk of the world, you know?
Yeah.
I could accept that.
Yeah. So some of them are quirky, and I don't really directly see their direct impact on the mystery. The other thing too is there's this whole bit about the time travel and his mental state. That's all one thing, but it's all about like teen angst in the 80s, and you mentioned before it's like a satirization or a critique
of the Reagan era.
Of Reagan
definitely.
era 80s America.
Which is interesting.
With him being a pedophile, I thought was more like just like pulling a curtain off or trying to demystify or like idolize the public speaker persona or like celebrity status, which is
weird. I'm with you.
Not in a way that I guess it's not in a way that's like directly. Well, no, it is directly critical of them because him and the teacher simplify morality and life goals to very specific criteria that sells.
They were in bed with each other, not literally, but like Patrick Swayze in the school. There's clearly a connection there and like a moral panic tying back to that specific era.
Yeah, and on that note, I think there's a lot about this movie that Richard Kelly kind of relishes in his own creativity a bit.
A little bit.
I do think it borders on obnoxious a lot. And as a younger person in my 20s, I was completely forgiving of that. I thought it was just
you were seeing something
style.
New and different.
Yeah, it was super new. I loved it. And I still do. But like the bit with him talking in the school assembly borders on straw man kind of perspectives where he's like, look at how stupid these people are being and look at how cool and awesome Donnie is. Like it does feel a bit like a young adult teen fiction sort of thing. And I think they're often valid points. I mean, it's a critique of this lifestyle coach kind of thing.
It definitely feels like, and I don't mean this derogatory or complimentary, maybe we'll see where I line up here as I finish the sentence, but it definitely feels like a movie that was written and directed by a 25-year-old.
Yeah,
you know,
there's a lot of angst in the director himself, especially.
Definitely.
Donnie feels like kind of an incel, even though he's not.
Just a little bit.
Kind of the vibe. So a lot of the dialogue is kind of relishes in that a bit, and it's a little obnoxious. The bit where he's talking to Gretchen for the first time, and there's like this weird goofy music playing over it, and it's just kind of it is kind of clunkily paced. And it's played for comedy a bit, and I just don't vibe with it anymore. I can't really get behind it. And finally,
with going back to the puzzle pieces thing and building a grand conspiracy, some of the pieces are just kind of lame. And in hindsight, they just are painfully literal.
How so? How so?
The
Like,
cellar,
what were something?
the cellar door bit, where she's like, so and so said that the most
Beautiful
creative
words
thing in English, is cellar door. There's no deeper meaning behind that. It's just to give Donnie the clue to look in the cellar, and all that is just to initiate this confrontation with the bullies and just start this domino effect. So there is stuff like that where, like, as a kid, I'm like, "Ooh, what does this mean?" And now it's like, "Oh, it's just like a script device that's shoved in with the rest of the actually genuinely interesting puzzle pieces, and kind of dilutes it."
What are some of the interesting ones to you?
I don't know if there's a lot of specific examples. I mean, whatever he says in his therapy sessions, his conversation with the physicist,
right?
The illusions of Frank being a real person, or just I guess it's hard to list specific examples.
Oh, of course.
But especially the cellar door bit, it's like you're just trying to get the plot moving. There's no deeper meaning to any of this.
True, but I guess what you're saying is that there are clear signs of the creativity of Richard Kelly as a screenwriter.
Yeah,
in those moments,
he's just got a big head, and I think it comes through. Deservedly so on my first few watches. Now, I'm more critical of it now, but
it's definitely a lot of things going on at the same time. It's a busy soup that he's cooking here. A lot of different genres. Like I said, it's coming of age, and it's also a period piece, and it's also a critique, like a satire critique, a dark comedy, kind of like a. I kind of thought of Heathers a few times, if anybody's ever seen Heathers.
Yeah.
Came out around the same era.
And that being said, I think it still works. So it all still works, especially compared to the box. Like comparing the two, I'm like, oh, like the cinematography is really gorgeous. I like what he's doing with the slow motion. And
same.
It's not a montage, but it's serving the same purpose.
Yes.
The soundtrack is very indulgent in the 80s, but I think it all fits well with the emotions he's conveying. Even just the score itself, especially the vocals in the Evil Dead theater scene, are really mesmerizing. And I love
that was really great.
The editing is great. Every performance is, even though the script really fluctuates, the performances themselves are all pretty solid.
Like I said, it felt very, even that pointed stiltedness at certain points. It felt, like I said, Twin Peaks,
Yeah. So it all comes together here. Whereas you look at the box and it's just complete nonsense.
Or Southland Tales.
Yeah, and there's just no style or passion to any of it, and it's so dull.
Here, there was the energy of a young filmmaker here.
Yeah,
and it's got an energy to it. It feels distinct. Like I said, weird, but like we were saying, weird but complementary. And then from there, I guess it devolved into how much freedom was he given to just let loose with that. And then in Southland Tales, it becomes a mess. Algernon mentioned something about the commentary track that he did for Donnie Darko on one of the releases, apparently being so deranged, people have theorized that he just made a great movie by accident.
I mean, especially with where his later career went. And like I said, how, like, when he did the director's cut and he decided, I want to answer everything. Like, no, that's a terrible decision. That might be part of my perception too now, is I think he might have just been good on accident. I think it came together really well. But he tries to do it again, and he doesn't know what went right the first time.
Like you said, it is an enjoyable movie experience, even if it's, like I said, like it's undeniably messy. It's a bit messy, but it's also a lot of thought put into it too. It's like a weird.
It's a little
tale.
messy, but it's just something under the surface about the way it's all written that makes me doubt him as a creative. You know.
That is fair.
Like something's off about this, and then you go through the rest of his films. You're like, oh, okay.
Would we say that it's that the style of his filmmaking carries it, or just like the uniqueness of the story? Is this?
I think it is the style.
strength?
Yeah. I mean, it's mixing a few things together for sure. It's
True.
this nostalgia, it's this critique, it's this teen angst.
Mm-hmm.
It's really like a better like a really good teen movie.
Yeah, I
all
think
with
he
this
wanted-
grandiose backing that more legitimizes Donnie's struggle and kind of paints him as the center of his own struggles as a teen and as an adolescent as the center of the universe in its own conflict. Yeah.
Algernon's talking about Southland Tales in relation to this. Yeah, I would be curious to see what Southland Tales again, because that one is him fully unleashed, and it is just a mess. Here, it feels almost on I guess it dovetails into my thoughts, but we can still go back and forth. Here, it feels like it's on the precipice of becoming a mess, but it does kind of tie itself together, even if there are a lot of kind of a lot of loose ends left.
Yeah.
But
I'm wondering if everybody gave up, because he had the same cinematographer for every one of his movies. I just realized. So Steven Poster also gave the fuck up. That's part of the problems with the box. It's so flat.
I mean, the movie looks.
Donnie has such a style. It's so cold. It's so blue. There's like a vignette to a lot of things. Or no, there's no vignette. But I would be remiss if I didn't picture one when I was watching it.
And $4 million did. I mean, most movies that have like 100 times that budget look worse than this movie looks. I don't know where the money goes now.
No,
but
yeah, that's most of my thoughts. I've been talking.
No, you're good. No, I was gonna say, are you happy you recommended it for the show?
I definitely am. I am a bit afraid that I think I've outgrown it a bit though, and
oh no,
that sucks to realize. But I still like it at the end of the day. I hold it dear in my.
Of course. What bits would you say hold up or don't in comparison to your? You mentioned some of them earlier.
I think deep down, I've known that like the teen dialogue between Donnie and his friends, especially, has never really held up, and I've just kind of blissfully ignored that. I know there was a time in my life where like I would have given it a 9, and then like going back on Letterboxd and retroactively putting stuff in, I settled for an 8 because I'm like I'm feeling a 9, but something's off. I don't think I can go quite there yet, and then I'll say another rating later here. But
you got it. No.
Yeah.
I think for me, I mean, again, I've seen it before technically, but it definitely felt like a little bit of a different experience. As you said, they feel like they built it out more in the director's cut, which is for the worse in a movie where the mystery is kind of the point and the openness to interpretation. Upon revisiting it, I was kind of reminded of the things I liked and didn't like that I remembered from that first watch. Mainly, I like the weird, surreal, dreamlike feel to it. I like all of the weird dialogue and the weird characters that populate this world. Like I said, very Lynch, Twin Peaks. I did notice this time more, and I think that was a lot of my issue the first time, is there is a lot of loose ends and things not elaborated on. And that's part of an interesting world that Richard Kelly is building here. And I guess that's what makes it memorable, is it's just populated with weird characters. Another Lynch kind of. I'm only realizing now, I think Rebecca Del Rio, who is in Mulholland Drive, the singer in that, I think he cast her in Southland Tales to sing a song too. So I think he does like David Lynch. I wouldn't be shocked. Mulholland Drive came out the same year as this. That would have been an interesting double feature.
I gotta find some interviews with the guy now, because that might shed some light on what I'm thinking here.
It feels like I said, it's a big pastiche of a bunch of things. It's like you were talking about, there's the coming of age teen movie aspect to it. I think he said that making like a John Hughes movie but with sci-fi was his intent. And I think that blend kind of seemed to entice him to see if he could do it, which makes it already interesting in its own right. Then there's a lot of the social satire angle of it. The fact that it's a period piece that I kind of pull is maybe semi-autobiographical about how Richard Kelly felt growing up in that era and that time. I feel like there's something to that. It also kind of feels like a comic book or a graphic novel. There's obviously the mention of superheroes at some point with his name. He sounds like a superhero protagonist. It's comic booky, kind of in that respect. A lot of the loose ends kind of make it feel openly shaggy, kind of. But it also has a lot of interesting ideas and a lot of interesting visuals. Jake Gyllenhaal is great. All the Frank the Rabbit stuff is really visually interesting. And like you said, the sound mixing in the theater scene is really, like, discomforting, genuinely. It's funny that he associated himself with the box and then was attached to do like a Rod Serling biopic at one point. Because this feels kind of like a 2000s Twilight Zone episode if it were like 2 hours long.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, it feels a little bit like that, or like an Outer Limits kind of episode. Yeah, a whole bunch of things. I like a lot of what he's doing as a filmmaker visually, like you said, all the slow motion motif, even just little moments that they do just because it's neat, like the dancing and such, neat sequence. There's really no reason that again, that's another, the whole dance contest thing is, well, I guess it's not a dead end, because then it leads, that's why they're on the airplane at the end. So, so it's funny because you can rewatch it and still have a conversation about all of it, however many times you watch it. So this is all to say, roundabout way of saying, I enjoyed the experience of it. I'm still not any less confused about certain things, and I think it is definitely undeniably messy in one form or another. But for something that was made by a 25-year-old, it's really distinct, like in a directorial voice. It's an interesting story. The performances are good. The movie feels, like we said, weird complimentary. It's definitely like I enjoyed the weirdness of it in the experience of it. It all feels very ethereal, and again, people overuse these words now, but it feels like ethereal and dreamlike. Like we said, very, very edgy 90s kid Lynch, you know?
Yeah.
Like I mentioned at one point, it kind of felt like an 80s parallel to Blue Velvet a little bit. Because that's a movie where, like, surreal... I mean, obviously not actual magical shit happens in Blue Velvet, but it's kind of like that surreal kind of looking at... turning over to see the underbelly of, like, the America of the time. And then there's also all the sci-fi stuff, which is... I mean, it's up to you whether it's incorporated smoothly or not, but it's interesting. I can't think of many other movies where they kind of merge like that. And then obviously there's the multiple interpretations that you mentioned, Ray, where you can interpret it literally and fantastically as a sci-fi apocalyptic epic, or you could just see it as, you know, a struggle with mental health, a psychological thriller where you question how much of it is reliable or unreliable. So it's interesting. It's really interesting. On a second watch, I was remembering more and more at a certain point of it, and then like completely blanking on certain. Like I did not remember the Liquid Trail people, like all the prognostication, the destinies. I kind of saw that as like the threads of fate and stuff, you know. Yeah, it's all very 25-year-old first feature film, and it's neat that they threw this much money into it, because it's definitely an interesting vision. and it was entertaining. There's a lot, like you mentioned, some of the dialogue, with the teen boy dialogue, it felt very 25-year-old wrote this. edgy 90s 25-year-old wrote this. But also it felt very, like, again, autobiographical. I wonder how much of it he pulled from his actual experiences living, like, growing up in the era. Obviously not the Frank the Rabbit stuff, but, you know.
Yeah. There's definitely a point to the vulgarity, and, like, this is how teen boys talk.
Oh, no,
but
for sure. It's kind of like
it's
Clerks.
cranked up to a bit of an absurd degree. I'm not even a bit. It's cranked up to an absurd degree even for the the age demographic they're trying to portray. It borders on cartoonish
also,
in a way that I don't think is intentional.
I will say, it's
meant to be endearing.
I could see that. I could also see a read of it as kind of lending to the absurdity of the rest of the world. Again, it's a little bit of a satire of the era.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
or it's meant to bolster up Donnie as the voice of reason. That's part of it.
That is also fair. That is a fair assessment.
As his,
I'm thinking back to
the. It's a self-insert, but now I'm theorizing too much.
I could see it. I was gonna say the first line Seth Rogen says, not only in this movie but in his career, is "I like your boobs."
Yeah, it's awesome to see Seth Rogen.
I see that. I think that kind of lends credence to the idea that it's meant to be a little bit absurd and heightened. You know, it's like like you said, it's like John Hughes and David Lynch. If I were to make a 2000s DVD cover box quote right there, John Hughes meets David Lynch, and it's interesting. It's a lot of things. It's never boring. It is never boring. The whole movie, I was very engaged in seeing what it was going to do next, and how it was going to tie everything together. It's an interesting ride. I can get why you can totally feel it in the fabric of it, why this connected with a small but very specific and passionate group of people, and why it's considered like a cult hit now. I definitely respect it. There should be more movies like Donnie Darko that come out regularly in this current age. Just let a new creator run wild with like a couple single-digit $1 million and see what they do. Which kind of still does happen. I guess that's like A24 and such, but yeah, there should be more Donnie Darkos. I think it's a positive example. It is independent film. It premiered at Sundance, I mean. So, whatever Richard Kelly has done since, I would be curious to revisit Southland Tales now and compare. It's kind of a similar movie to Donnie Darko, but has similar problems, I think. But that's more centered around the Bush era. Kelly was mad at the Bush era in that movie. He's mad at Reagan. Even though Reagan is never shown or mentioned. That occurred to me halfway through. We could tell it was a Reagan era satire, but he's never directly mentioned.
We saw Bush.
We did. We saw Bush. Dukakis has talked about a lot.
Yeah, I forget who that is.
And Dan running,
Quayle.
I think he was running against Ronald Reagan. Am I right on that? Something to that effect.
I don't remember the 80s because I wasn't on this planet.
A twinkle in your father's eye.
Something like that.
Which somehow relates to a time loop. That relates to a jet engine falling.
I don't want to be in a time loop. Get me out of this time loop.
Get me out of here. Yeah, I generally liked it. I think I'm about the same where I was at on the first. I mean, I'll get to my rating when we get to that. But I like a lot about it. I think some of it is confusing and not in a way that's a positive attribute. And I think it's a result of a bit of messiness from a young screenwriter. But there's a clear voice here. There's a lot to be entertained by. There's a lot of fun appearances from, as we said, from future stars and stars of the era. Jake Gyllenhaal's great. Some neat ideas and like circular storytelling. it's a again weird complimentary. I keep coming back to that. It's very openly weird, but I think I like it for that. I like that it's kind of misshapen and unpolished in a lot of ways, but also really like, its own singular thing. I can't think of other movies I'd compare this to other than other Richard Kelly movies. Or David Lynch, I guess. But anywho, now I'm getting circular. Do we want to move on to final thoughts and ratings for Donnie Darko?
Yes.
Yeah,
I need to go
sure.
to bed.
All right, fair. Thank you for joining tonight, Ray. Thank you for picking this. I'm glad you picked it when you said it, and I'm glad you picked it now.
Thanks.
Ban, what are your final thoughts, if you have them, and rating for Donnie Darko?
Feel like maybe I should watch it again to get the full thing, because
That's a positive takeaway, I think. The fact that you actively want to rewatch it again.
at least to complete what I think is kind of the full experience of this movie. Yeah, this is a darker, angstier, more surreal Hughes movie. I'm gonna call this Donnie Darko's Day In. I give it a C+.
I like it. Ray, what are your final thoughts and rating for Donnie Darko?
It's a nice nostalgic rewatch. I really like a lot of what he does. Really formative movie in my early tastes, establishing my early tastes. But now on my however many watch this is, there's still stuff that I never noticed on my first few.
Yeah,
but I'm definitely reaching diminishing returns, and I think I said before, I think I've outgrown it at this point. I've seen other things from Lynch, other sort of transcendent endings, other surreal movies that I think scratch a similar itch a lot better, and I think there's something about the puzzle pieces in all of this and the way they don't fit together that reads more on this watch like accidental success than purposeful foresight in a way that Lynch does. And for those reasons, I had it at an 8 for a while, as a compromise between the 9 that I wanted to give it and my own personal doubts. And I think on this, I'm gonna lower it to a very strong 7. I'm gonna be a bit conservative.
Gotcha.
I think its reign is over, but I will continue to rewatch it for the rest of my life probably, so we'll see if it goes back up later.
I was gonna say,
but I am demoting it more significantly than it's ever been before. I think
Damn.
I'm mostly done.
Mostly, I'm finished.
Oof.
I will love it till the end of time by all means, but I don't even think I can tout it as like I'll tout it as like a nostalgic favorite, but like
Even
legitimate favorites of the time.
Even
I think
when
it's off the list now.
Even if we recognize that the things we loved when
Legitimate,
we were
you know what I mean.
younger and have nostalgia for show their seams, we're always gonna have some kind of love for it. There's plenty of movies I've felt that way where loved them as a kid, you revisit it and it's like, oh yeah, it kind of doesn't hold up, but a little part of you that discovered it, like you said, it sounds like it was the reason one of those movies that got you really curious about movies.
It was a big hit.
Really
Yeah, I
Yeah.
loved it.
Then God damn it, that's an important movie. Then it's totally understandable. When I first saw it, the director's cut, I think I had it at a 7. I think I will stick on a strong 7, where it is confusing in many ways. It's kind of messy and in an unintentional way. I think, like you said, I don't want to say accidentally genius, but what I will say is that I think he has a lot of big ideas, big and bold. Richard Kelly has a lot of big and bold ideas for his storytelling, and some of it doesn't. It kind of leads to dead ends and is openly really messy and just doesn't really have a point and kind of becomes a dead end. But even so, he's doing interesting things. I can't think of another story like this. I love the genre blend. I think he has a distinct style and voice as a filmmaker. I love all the bits where his really stylistic inclinations get to show. It's It's a lot of things, but it's never boring. You know, I think it's an interesting mashup of things. It's singular, as they say. Like I can't think of anything I'd call Donnie Darko-esque. There is only Donnie Darko. Yeah, really interesting watch, and I think I would be down to revisit it in years to come, just for the experience of it. It's so strange, but I kind of like it. Weird complimentary, as I've continued to reiterate, that really does encapsulate it well. So yeah, the pluses of it is its oddity. Can't think of any other movie like it other than Southland Tales, but it's gonna be a bit before I revisit Southland Tales. Maybe on the show. Maybe we do it here.
Okay.
That would be right. That would be an interesting watch. But this was
2.5 hours, man. Good.
It is. It is.
That's the problem. Like, I would totally love watch on a whim if it was fucking shorter than that.
That's the thing, is that it's kind
I
of.
could watch a much better 10 out of 10 movie that's 2.5 hours with that kind of time. I don't know.
But no, I mean, interesting is the word of the night, and I think you made a very interesting pick here tonight, Ray. And I appreciate, again, like I said, I was overjoyed that you wanted to do it, because I had been meaning to give this a proper rewatch. And we got Ban to see it for the first time. How are you holding up, Ban?
All right.
And it sounds like it was fun to revisit it from your end, Ray.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Just a much needed retrospect.
Nice. Hope you all out there enjoyed it too. I again, shout out to it being free on multiple platforms. If only every movie we watch on the show could be so widely available. Jesus. But no, yeah, a strong 7 from me. I think and like I said, it definitely, I can see from the texture of it and just the conversations it prompts as a young viewer of like more, I guess, complicated movies. I can totally see why a bunch of people gravitated toward it in the early 2000s. It's like I said, it's the kind of movie you pass around the DVD and you're like, try to figure out what it means, man. You know, one of those. Of course, like I said, I mean all of this in a very complimentary way. I think more movies like this should be made. Genuinely, like, sometimes it's fun to just go on a weird ride with a movie, and that's what this is. But in any case, Ray, happy belated birthday once again.
Thank you.
Happy Donnie Darko.
Happy Donnie Dark. You know, I was gonna mention before we start to head out. There were a couple people who were up for the role to play Donnie Darko. Mark Wahlberg was.
Oh my God!
Point, apparently.
Oh, that
Mark
was
Wahlberg.
why Dan made that joke. Fascinating.
He apparently insisted on playing Donnie with a lisp, and they said no, get that out of there.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was also mentioned where I read Jason Schwartzman was considered for him at some point and was pretty close to playing him. I guess this was post Rushmore, his first movie with Wes Anderson. So I could see it. I don't know if I see him in this role. That would have been interesting. It would be a very different movie.
It would have been, yeah.
But anyways, thank you, Ban. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, everyone out there that joined tonight on this Wednesday night. We are trying to do these sporadically. You know, Wednesday night watches are always pretty fun. But we're also, Ray and us, we do an anime night. We do every single night now is like filled with, between the streaming nights, the RiffPonies stuff, just constantly watching stuff. That's the thing. That's what we always say about the show. We'll never run out of material, realistically. That's a positive. Speaking of that, you will find us streaming this coming Sunday. Spoilers to anyone out there. I won't say what movies we're watching, but with Project Hail Mary coming out this weekend, we're going to be doing a Ryan Gosling night. Pretty excited about it. pretty fun movies. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. We'll be starting at our usual time at 7 p.m. on Sunday, so you can catch us then.
Until
I
next
guess-
time, my friends.
I was gonna say, any final Donnie Darko themed thoughts for the evening, everybody?
I think so.
That's the Donnie Darko effect.
It was a weird ass rabbit.
Ray, thank you.
Go to sleep in my bed, and hopefully
Thank you
nothing
for
bad happens.
No, no. Everyone look out for airplane engines.
Yes.
But Ray, happy birthday once again. Always lovely having you on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. We'll see you this Sunday. Y'all take care. Keep watching great movies, and watch out for airplane engines if you can.
You know about the Smurfs? They're like, I guess, first of all, Gargamel didn't actually make them or something like that, and they can't have sex. They're
Talk about their
asexual, did
penises.
you know?
Talk about their penises.
They don't have any they're asexual. They're
penises.
genitalia.
Written
They
and
don't have
directed
any
by
underneath
Richard
their